Hello, I'm Mike Gordo. Welcome back to my perfect playthrough of Pokemon Gold and Silver for the Game Boy Color. And last time we defeated Morty to earn our 4th badge. And we even caught a few Pokemon previously, and it's 3:30 in the morning, Thursday. Which means now we can grab the final item available at the west side of Lake Arage. In the maze of trees. Oops. No, I don't want to headbutt the trees. All the encounters would be mountain encounters, which means hidden rare candies right in that corner. All the trees in Lake Arage are basically mountain encounters, so Pokemon like Caracross and Napalm would spawn. But this is only applicable in Gold and Silver. In Crystal versions, they actually swap them out. So Silver's gonna go on ahead and try and... well, nab that max potion there, obviously. But they're also gonna try to battle the Red Gyarados, while Gold here is gonna go south of Exeggcute to catch Pineco and Exeggcute. What? It likes to make its shell thicker by adding layers. Oh my god, it's a shiny of tree bark. The additional weight doesn't bother it. Yeah, this is actually a storyline shiny encounter. So, meaning you are guaranteed to run into this Red Gyarados as part of the story. Anyways, I duped a crap ton of Master Balls, so I'm gonna go ahead and catch it. Once it appears, it goes on a rampage. It remains enraged until it demolishes everything around it. So, Gold's gonna do the Lake Arage Gyarados later. Meantime, here's the shell is very durable. Even if it cracks, it can survive without spilling the contents. So, that's it for all the headbutt encounters in Pokemon Gold. Silver will get their 2 remaining headbutt encounters at a later date. In the meantime, I want to get the remaining night encounters. So, Spinarak is first up here on Route 37. No area dose. That's only in Crystal version. Silver will have to come back here later for Ledyba. It lies still in the same pose for days in its web, waiting for its unsuspecting prey to wander close. Come on, enough with the encounters. Well, okay. Silver is gonna be way ahead of Gold as far as progress is concerned. So it's not a terribly bad thing for Silver to be slowed down on occasion. Meanwhile, here's another night encounter for Gold. And I do the menu buffering so I could avoid the spinner. It always stands on one foot. It changes feet so fast the movement can rarely be seen. Alright. And the reason why Gold and Silver have such drastically different trajectories is not due to the version exclusive Ledyba and Spinarak being exclusive to certain times of day. It's also because I want to be able to have the 2 games cover different content, because we're going to be capturing a ton of Pokemon in this episode. So Gold caught the version exclusive Growlithe here, while Silver's taking on the Rocket Hideout. Has a brave and trustworthy nature. It fearlessly stands up to bigger and stronger foes. Cool. So a lot of these will be duplicated at a later date. Probably when I'm in There's Arthur of Thursday. And I will probably do the mass duplications when I'm duping the rare candies. So cut here. And I'm actually gonna be using Sweet Scent. And I already got the a 1% Yanma. Sweet. And in silver version, we have to go through a couple of these statues and a trainer in order to catch a certain Pokemon. That's the reason why I'm heading down to the Rocket Hideout right now. If it flaps its wings really fast, it can generate shockwaves that will shatter windows in the area. Nickname Yanma, so Bill's PC. So now that I got the 1% count out of the way, Gold can concentrate on Nidoran male and Nidoran female. So yeah, Silver's going through a dry spell because of the whole Rocket Hideout thing. Whereas Gold can just go on a catching spree. The poison hidden in its small horn is extremely potent. Even a tiny scratch can have fatal results. Yep. Nidoran male is all that's left. Well, Nidoran male appeared. If I use Master Ball. And technically these are just generic grunts, just using the same team over and over again. Every time we pass the statues. It is small, but its horn is filled with poison. It charges, then stabs with the horn to inject poison. Good nickname, Nidoran male. And I'm actually gonna have Crocodile battle these policeman officers. And, Silver's got about, well... So, these officers can only be fought at night, which, alongside Spinarak, is one of the main reasons why it's still nightfall. Man, this place is covered in bugs. It's gross. So yeah, Quilava's just battling all the rockets, well, while Gold's battling all the policeman officers. But we're not gonna do the whole Rocket Hideout thing quite yet, because doing so will cause yet another trigger, which could result in a number of second teams missable and gone forever. I'm only coming down here specifically for one reason only. Okay, Gold's gotta check. Alright, I already got the... It looks check the Eye Finder. Yeah, I already got the hidden item here. And here I decide to head down here. Speak to this person. The older of the Haircut brothers, which means this is gonna cost a bit of money, but that's fine. Evie looks delighted. Perfect. That gets the highest affection boost possible. Though for the older brothers, it's 5 points, whereas the youngest brother is 10 points. And this is the reason why Silver entered the Rocket Hideout. It's to catch this level 21 Koffing. Level 21 is literally the highest level Pokemon the highest possible level that you can catch Koffing. Weezing is cannot be caught in the wild in Gold or Silver. The poisonous gases it contains are a little bit lighter than air, keeping it slightly airborne. And this is literally the highest level Koffing you can get in Gold and Silver. So it helps speed up the evolution process, turning Koffing into Weezing. After duplication, of course. Awakened by moonlight, it roams actively at night. In the day, it stays quietly underground. And by the way, a lot of Silver's actions are going to be influenced by Gold's actions later on. Which is why instead of using Teleport, I'm making my way back to Exeggcute the long way. It's also why I chose to catch this level 17 Flaaffy, because it's the highest level Flaaffy you can get. And we talked to Kurtz to obtain the fastball. The only apricorn we want to give him, though, is the green one. Its fluffy fleece easily stores electricity. Its rubbery hide keeps it from being electrocuted. So I still need to clear out my inventory space in Gold. But Silver's gonna take care of that when we get back. And might as well go ahead and catch the version exclusive Wild Sandshrew while I can. Silver will have to catch the version exclusive Ekans later. Well, the Wild Ekans is version exclusive anyways. And I actually have to pay Silver's capture Seaking so I could read both Pokedex entries. Which is why I slowed down tremendously in Silver version. If it fell from a great height, this Pokemon could save itself by rolling into a ball and bouncing. And now Gold can head back to Exeggcute. Using its horn, it bores holes in riverbed boulders, making nests to prevent its eggs from washing away. And Silver, because I caught Seaking with this method, also needs to catch Goldeen. And I forgot to teach Flash to Togepi in an earlier episode, so I'm making up for that. Silver already taught him that move, but I don't remember that. A strong swimmer, it is capable of swimming non-stop. Up fast streams at a steady speed of 5 knots. Wow, cool. So now that I still have a bit of time during the day, Gold is gonna head back to do the whole Lake of Rage thing. Or course, Silver is actually going to head down to Goldenrod, do all the things I need to do down there. Alright, Goldeen ran into a wild Goldeen just by surfing. So that will probably save a bit of time there. Jimmy, use Master Ball. Alright, let's read Goldeen. Its dorsal, pectoral, and tail fins wave elegantly in water. That is why it is known as the Water Dancer. If it is attacked by an enemy that is stronger than itself, it feigns injury to fool the enemy and escapes. And this is when I realized I forgot to change the boxes and build the PC boxes before heading out. Oops. So Gold has to literally teleport back to Raticate and needs to cover more ground, and this is gonna waste a ton of time. But gives Silver time to complete its captures. So no worries there. It has a perfect sense of time. Whatever happens, it keeps rhythm by precisely tilting its head in time. Now, unlike in Gold version, Silver's version exclusive counterpart to Spinarak, Ledyba, can only be found during the morning. Whereas Ledyba can only be found, so I'll have to come back here later. Shit. Stupid bugs. So Exeggcute is actually a bit more rare than Pineco, at least on the special trees, so that's kind of weird. Using telepathy, only they can receive. They always form a cluster of 6 Exeggcute. Cool. But it will help remind Silver to actually swap out the PC boxes later on. And there's Pineco, which can only be found in the special trees during the forested areas of Johto. And I use Sweet Scent to trigger an encounter with Seaking, just like I did in Silver version. It hangs and waits for flying insect prey to come near. It does not move about much on its own. And now I can read Seaking's Pokedex entry. During spawning season, Seaking gather from all over, coloring the rivers a brilliant red. And I speak to Arthur of Thursday for the Heartstone, which boosts Rock-type moves. Cool, I don't have any Rock-type moves. I think Gold already caught the level 17 Flaaffy, so we're good there. And we already caught everything here in the wild, so no need to battle them. And I'm just gonna... And Silver's gonna just go ahead and deposit a bunch of stuff into the PCs. They may not... The inventories may not line up one for one, but I can rectify this at a later date. And what's the first encounter? Oh, Nidoran Male. That will save a bit of time trying to encounter it. And Gold will run into the shiny Red Gyarados, while Silver will catch Nidoran Male. first of 3 Pokemon for us to catch on Route 35. It raises its big ears to check its surroundings. It will strike first if it senses any danger. Yeah, I can definitely see the little poison buddy in Nidoran Male's sprite work here. They say that during past wars, Gyarados would appear and leave blazing runes in its wake. And there's the 1% Yanma in Pokemon Silver. Sweet. And oh yeah, I should mention, we will have to do something about the red scale later. It's a key item that we are supposed to give to Mr. Pokemon in order to obtain an EXP share. That will come in handy later. Its large eyes can scan 360 degrees. It looks in all directions to seek out insects as its prey. I accidentally told Lance no, so that's why the dialogue exchange lasted a little longer than usual. Anyways, this is Silver's last capture on Route 35. Master Ball, go. And there's the... no wait, it's level 15. Although not very combative, it will torment its foes with poison spikes if it is threatened in any way. But it does remind me that, oh yeah, I should probably try catching Flaaffy on Route 42 in Gold version. That's as far north as I can go without battling the trainers. And now it's Silver's turn to battle the officers while Gold battles the rockets. We're not gonna be making use of Croconaw for much longer because he's about to evolve. After this battle, Croconaw will just be one level away from evolving and to reach his final evolutionary stage. But regardless, that battle came super easy for Croconaw. And I have Quilava battling these rocket grunts because, well, Quilava can actually deal with them. Bayleaf can't. Oh. So I need to buy 5 repels from this shop. I also need to sell some of our junk, like the blue apricorn, which we don't need. Why? Because we already have the lure ball. So we don't need to get another one via apricorn. And of course, we're heading up to the top floor to buy 2 of each of these new TMs. This is the only place to grab them. And I want to be able to make use of them in case they were to come in handy. But otherwise, it's meant mainly for completionist's sake. So, yeah. I completely forgot. Oh yeah, I should have probably gotten an appointment with the older haircut brother for my Silver's Eevee at this point. But that's okay. Silver's gotta be so far ahead that I can actually afford to skip the haircut brother for now. By the way, I will keep giving my Pokemon haircuts until their happiness has exceeded the limit, at least enough to warrant evolving Togepi and Of course, Eevee has 2 possible evolutions. I plan on duping him after he reaches a sufficient happiness ranking. So I could have both Espeon and Umbreon with very little effort. And oh yeah, just like Gold, Silver ran into a wild Oddish, which is an amazing coincidence because now I can just go ahead and capture it straight away. While Gold has to deal with the spawning rockets and will be unable to do much of anything. If exposed to moonlight, it starts to move. It roams far and wide at night to scatter its seeds. So it's kind of an amazing coincidence that the only wild Pokemon encounter that Gold and Silver both ran into just from passing by was a wild Oddish, which can only be found at night. I actually have to leave Kurt's shop before we can, and then re-enter, before we can talk him into turning one of our apricorns into a Pokeball. In this case, the green apricorn is probably the most useful apricorn for us to turn into a Pokeball at a later date. Fucking creepy crawlies. Okay, good. It's hard and they tried going for pound. So this should be a one-shot, or dig. So Gold caught Sandshrew, so Silver's gonna catch Ekans. That was out of Pokedex. It always hides in grass. When first born, it has no poison, so its bite is painful but harmless. So Gold has about this rocket before we can reach Koffing. So while that's going on, I'm gonna teach Togepi Rock Smash. And this is when I realized that, oh yeah, I already taught Togepi Flash, so I don't need to teach him again. Alright, teleport Raticate. It's still night. It's still the middle of the night, so I'm going to have to, well, after using the Pokemon Center to heal, I will need to head west to Route 38 to catch my next batch of Pokemon because it is about to be morning in about a minute or two. Plus, helps me avoid, or at least minimize the overlap between Gold and Silver when they do this part. And I catch, the Silver counterpart to Gold's Mankey in Meowth. Version exclusives. I caught Mankey on Route 17 in the previous episode, so now it's Silver's turn to catch Meowth, which is It loves anything that shines. It especially adores coins that it picks up and secretly hoards. Now for Koffing. Its thin, filmy body is filled with gases that cause constant sniffles, coughs, and teary eyes. Now, Silver's gonna go ahead and catch this Miltank. There is a 1% encounter that I hope to get, so I don't have to worry about swarm encounters. So there's Miltank in the bag. If it has just had a baby, the milk it produces contains much more nutrition than usual. And now, Silver's gonna actually catch level 17 Flaaffy this time around. And looky here, it's morning at long last in Pokemon Silver. And that does not really affect the encounters that I want to catch here, apart from one. As you cannot encounter this one exception at night. As a result of storing too much electricity, it developed patches where even downy wool won't grow. After hiding its will to fight by whipping itself with its 3 tails, it charges at full speed. That is Tauros' Pokedex entry. And now, having caught everything leading up to here, Gold can now teleport back and work on capturing Pokemon Route 38, where Silver's at. And this is the only Pokemon on Route 38 that cannot be caught at night. Because there's so many other Pokemon and it was about to become morning, that's the reason why I came down here in Silver version. If it eats the plant stick it carries as emergency rations and runs off in search of a new stick. It is attracted by electromagnetic waves. It may approach trainers if they are using their Pokegear. And now Silver ran into the 1% Snubbull, so I don't have to worry about triggering Snubbull swarms at all. And just like clockwork, so too has Gold run into the 1% Snubbull. It has an active, playful nature. Many women like to frolic with it because of its affectionate ways. Although it looks frightening, it is actually kind and affectionate. It is very popular among women. And Gold already caught Magnemite, so now it's Silver's turn. Gold's turn to catch Farfetch'd now. Only can only be found during the day. The units at the sides of its body generate anti-gravity energy to keep it aloft in the air. If anyone tries to disturb where the essential plant sticks grow, it uses its own stick to thwart them. And this will be Silver's last capture on Route 38, Raticate. But even so, Silver still has one more Pokemon to catch, and since it's morning, I'll be sure to do that immediately afterwards. Meanwhile, Gold's about to catch a Tauros. Its whiskers help it to maintain balance. Its fangs never stop growing, so it gnaws to pare them down. Cool. So that's it for all of Silver's captures on Route 38. They fight each other by locking horns. The herd's protector takes pride in its battle-scarred horns. Alright, and now Silver's caught its last Pokemon of the day, Ledyba. Let's do this. Gold is about to proceed with capturing Miltank. Master Balls, go. When the weather turns cold, lots of Ledyba gather from everywhere to cluster and keep each other warm. Its milk is packed with nutrition, making it the ultimate beverage for the sick or weary. And because I forgot to give Eevee a haircut, it's time. Oh, come on. And because of Bugcatcher Arnie telling me about the Yanma swarm, I won't be able to trigger any swarms for the next 24 hours. Which is a load of horse shit. Anyways, last capture for gold version now. Yeah, we're about to wrap up this episode. No odds on anything with its tough fangs. It can even topple concrete buildings by gnawing on them. Raticate, sure. And now it's our Gold's turn, but at least Bugcatcher already decided to challenge Gold to a rematch. However, I'm not ready for that because I actually haven't unlocked his second team yet. At least I don't think I have. I have to reach Olivine City and Cianwood City, Mahogany Town, and Lake of Rage in order to unlock the full batch of second teams at this stage of the game. So yeah, Silver's technically not really wasting time. Heck, I'm not even teleporting because Silver's gonna fish way ahead of Gold version in this regard. So at that point I realized that I should probably get some repels. And while I'm here I should also try buying some TMs. For the 3 TMs for the elemental punches as well. So for the rest of this episode, because there's so much time, Silver's just gonna keep going back and forth. And the reason for this is to help bolster Togepi and Eevee's affection levels. Every 512 steps in Generation 2 only, the affection levels go up for all my Pokemon. Now, in Gold, I was only going to buy 1 copy of each, and then I decided, let's buy second copies instead. Silver, I already bought 2 copies of because I played Gold first, so I already had this in the front of my mind at that point. But yeah. Once I make my way back to Exeggcute and Gold version, and I'm about it'll be about a minute or so away from this happening, but after all that, I will be done with Gold version. I realized, oh yeah, I should probably save my game in front of the Burn Tower here. So, before I continue the whole back and forth thing in Exeggcute in order to increase Pokemon happiness levels. Because Silver needs to wait on for Gold anyways. Really all Gold needs to do now to catch up with Silver is drop-offs a few items onto the PC and check the PC boxes to see if I need to change them. Alright, doesn't look like it. We're only halfway through box 4, so I think we can afford to move on. So, I'm gonna go ahead and save in front of the Burn Tower. Technically an optional dungeon in Gold Silver, as you don't need to go there in order to battle Morty, but in Crystal it is mandatory. But regardless, next time we're taking on the Burn Tower. Leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. With all out of the way, this is Mike Gorin, sign out.